Next week, Birmingham's Symphony Hall resounds to the melodic tones of singer-songwriter Beverly Craven, fresh from recent success with her latest platinum album. That's at 11:25 next Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Charlie Batman!
24 hours a day. BBC Radio 1 FM brings you closer to the music.
Swapping Secrets with Selena this Wednesday evening on BBC1, Bruce Forsyth and Rosemary Ford. Then at 7:30, Robots in Space. Tomorrow's World investigates new ways of keeping robots there, mending satellites and machinery. It's all down to communication, just like down at the station.
I do not want the intimate details of my love life known to the whole of Division S and the Flying Squad.
Well, why should they?
Because if I tell you, it will be the main item on the 9 o'clock news.
After the news, Special Agent Phil D'Amico is on the road for the DEA.
If somebody wasn't doing something, I don't know if I'd want to live in this world.
Sports night at 10:20, and a draw in Poznan for England is enough. Scotland look for victory against San Marino, and hope for Wales rests on a win against Luxembourg. All to play for Wednesday on 1.
And now look at the weather, and there's a lot of it about tonight. After the last of the very strong winds and sleet have left eastern Scotland, everywhere will have a cold night with blustery showers in the western side of the country. Icy patches on the roads in the east, more especially northeast of the British Isles, are likely in the morning. Over England and Wales, many places will have a cold, showery Wednesday, with northern and western parts having the heaviest and most frequent showers. It'll also be quite windy, and there'll be snow on the hills, but some sunny periods are also likely, especially in the more eastern parts. Much of Scotland and northern England will also be windy and showery, and there may be some sunny periods in the east. Western areas will have rather more cloud and at times more persistent rain, and it'll be cold enough for some snow on higher ground. And the outlook for Thursday and Friday: remaining cold and showery with some snow on the hills, and in the far north there may also be some snow at lower levels.
The game in the next 30 seconds is to guess which one of these houses have people at home and which ones don't. House number 1, in or out? House number 2, what do you think? And what about number 3? Made up your mind yet? In fact, they're all empty. But if you were a burglar, which one would you think was your safest bet? If you want to keep them out, make them think you're in. Crime. Together, we'll crack it.
That was a public information film. And a final glance at the clock now, telling us that it's just before 10 minutes to midnight, time for BBC1 to spin the old globe for the final time and disappear into the wet and windy night. BBC2 is lingering a little longer, and in about 10 minutes, Robert Robinson and Lloyd Grossman examine ways of enticing British travellers onto public transport and ask if British bobbies can learn to speak in plain English. That's all behind the headlines. And a very plain-speaking farewell from BBC1 now, from me, Jane Constantinis, and all of this evening's team. A very good night.